Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with another What's Sold on eBay video. I believe there's 4 days of eBay sales from the eBay store here. Definitely a good mix. As always, I feel like there's something you can at least learn from, but I am biased because obviously I want you guys to learn some. So hopefully you guys are. Hopefully you're enjoying your time here. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer those either with a response in the comments section or possibly at the end of a video. Sometimes I include some of those as well. It's definitely a good time of the year to be a reseller though, so hopefully you guys are listing all your stuff because fourth quarter is definitely, for most, the best time of the year on eBay, or at least a very consistent time. You don't usually see a drop off during that if you're selling on eBay, at least in my experience and a lot of the people that I talk to. So hopefully you're experiencing the same. Let me know how you guys are doing on your sales and we'll jump into what's sold. Ice-T Body Count, a Born Dead cassette. This is again from the Hip Hop Cassette Buy, $10 shipped. Happy to move it on. Voodoo Vince, this is from the video game haul where I bought everything that lady had. There's a GoPro video about it, maybe you guys saw it. This one was a Xbox game in there and it sold for $20. It was complete with the manual. Mr. Coffee, this is a coffee maker, a vintage one, kind of plain Jane I would say, nothing really too special about it. It was new open box. I paid $5 for this. One of my sources bought a storage unit. He had a bunch of brand new inventory. The tape on this one looked a little suspect, so I decided to open it up to make sure, but it was still brand new in there. I ended up getting 60 shipped. It cost us, I want to say 13 or 14 to ship at FedEx. It really wasn't too bad at all, and we sold it for 60 bucks. And a lot of people ask me about these bigger items. Why do you do free shipping? You're crazy. You're leaving money on the table. Just to address all that, first off, do whatever's best for you. Don't do it because I do it. This is my business model. It's working for me. I feel like I can factor in the pricing, especially with the competitive rates that FedEx and UPS are offering now for shipping, along with the flat rate and regional rate things. I think you can really do a good job of guessing what the price might be and therefore factoring in your price. And I do think eBay gives a bump to free shipping, and I do think there are a group of buyers that probably click free shipping, the little drop down selection on the side of the eBay page if they're on there, or to eliminate ones that are not free shipping. And there are still people who believe that free shipping means they're getting some kind of a deal, even though all I've done is added that into my price. So either way, do what works best for you. But that question comes up all the time. People think I'm crazy, which I am crazy just because a lot of other things, but I think free shipping, there's plenty of evidence to support why it's at least a viable option. And I'm not saying you have to do it. Charging shipping works fine, but I also think free shipping doesn't just ruin it for everybody else and doesn't lose a bunch of money like some people say. You can get burned on bigger, oversized items that are going to go over the dimensional shipping or what have you, but if you're smart with it, you can make it work for you. That's all I'm going to say, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but a codename Kids Next Door. This is an Xbox game. This is actually from my vacation haul. Went to this thrift store and the lady said, hey, we got a whole box of video games that no one's even looked at. And I'm like, sign me up. So guy brought them out and I pulled out a bunch of games. Parasite Eve for PS1. We should see that one later in this video, I believe. This one as well. And a bunch of just $10, $20, $15 games. I think Parasite Eve, whatever, the PS1 game was the best one in the lot. But still, I ended up paying $2 each. This one sold for 23 shipped. A pair of Sash shoes, great brand. Everyone pretty much knows about these by now. These ones sold for 50 bucks. They're a size 11. The guy bought them, or the lady bought them for her dad. Turned out he needed an 11 wide or whatever. These were just 11, I guess, regular standard size, the M. So they didn't fit. They were returned, but it's definitely a brand to keep out for. And again, I show you the returns because they do happen. I'm not immune to them. Life goes on. People order, especially in the clothing and shoes. Sometimes you get those orders where the person sizing doesn't work and it's just part of the business. Leapfrog Quantum Leap Pad. This is a Quantum Pad, but it has a bunch of Leapster cartridges and books as well as the Leap Pad case. There are a bunch of different Leap Pad, different versions, so keep an eye out. I paid $5 for this at a garage sale. It was all zipped up and nice. Weirdest sale was an older guy, and he had a bunch of old, dirty, dusty stuff. And then he had this one little Leap Pad thing, like in really good shape, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And I think I bought one DVD from him that was good as well. But it was kind of a dirty sale, to be honest, but this turned out to be really clean. Picked it up for $5 and it sold for $50. Shipping, I think, was like, again, 12, 13 bucks or something. And I think it went FedEx. And I tested it out. It worked. It had a bunch of extra books with no cartridges. I just kept those because sometimes I find random cartridges and I'll just match them up then. But the Leap Pad stuff is still selling. I'm surprised. UFO Lights Out sold for 24 shipped. I had sent so many offers out to watchers for 20 bucks in this CD. It kept getting a bunch of watchers. No one would jump on it, and then someone paid full price, 24 bucks. So not going to complain. That is from the Rock and Roll Buy. I told you guys before, CDs sell well. ER Season 1 only sold for 8 shipped, not a whole lot, but it was, I think, 50 cents at a garage sale. I know if you have the whole set of ER, that's a TV series that people usually buy, but there might be like 14 seasons, something pretty crazy, so hard to have them all, but an individual used set, $8. Here's Humpy the Moose. I think we all probably read this as a child. This is a hardcover book from 1963. Actually never heard of it. It was in a big stack of old children's books, and I bought them all the whole box of books I think was $10. And there were some Bible story ones in there as well as these ones. And I ended up looking this one up, and there was some comps, so it sold for 22 shipped for a used book. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't say it's something most of us would probably know offhand, but sometimes you buy a bunch of stuff, you look it up, and you get a couple of gems in there. Happy Days, also Season 1. This one sold for 8 shipped. DVD set. I think I paid 50 cents for that as well. And we have a Woodland camo. This is like a military. This is the Marines one. It's a size large short. So it's a bigger size, but obviously probably a smaller waist there. This one sold for 25 shipped. I get a lot of these military stuff. I'm in California, so there's a lot of different bases around me. And one of my sources, he does a lot of cleanouts. And he gets a lot of this military stuff in the cleanouts, and it sells really well, especially the Woodland camo ones. But 25 shipped. They do go into padded flat rate because they're over £1. Here's a Playmobil 7411 Victorian Dollhouse. This is actually the expansion or the extension set, I guess. I bought this from Storage Unit Guy. It was probably one of the worst deals I had from. I spent $600 and I did get a PS Vita which sold for like $150. I got a bunch of Disney High School musical stuff that none of them have sold. I have like 10 of this little. It's like something that hangs from your door and it sings songs or something. I have no idea what it is, but I have a bunch of them and a bunch of other stuff. I think we made like all of our money, like maybe $100 back so far, and then I sold this guy for 180, which was pretty good. I took a best offer. It appeared to be all brand new, but I didn't count every single piece, so I took the offer of 180 shipped. The guy got it and was super happy though, so I'm guessing it had everything or at least enough to feel like it was a good deal. But look out for the Playmobil. The Victorian Dollhouse is one of the sets that sells really well. Other Playmobil stuff does sell, but again, it just depends on what you have. X Mutants, this is a Sega Genesis cartridge, $13 ship. Not much to say about that, cartridge only. GameCube black console with the controller and one aftermarket memory card. This is from that lady we bought the video game stuff from. Took a best offer of 100. I had it listed at I think 109. Somebody sent me a message and said they wanted it for their kid. They wanted to play the old games or whatever. It was a nice story, so I just sent them the offer and they got it. So I probably would have got the full price if I waited, especially with Q4 right on the horizon. But I took the offer and I did get good feedback. Breath of Fire 3, PlayStation 1, case and manual only. Pretty valuable game, at least on the PlayStation 1. This one was just the case and the manual, so it was no disc or anything. I got a stack of PS1 games with no discs, and this is one of the ones that was in there. Ended up selling it for 21 shipped. If you look at my title, I put empty in the beginning, the first word, empty, Breath of Fire 3. I put case and manual only. In my description, it says no game included, and then in the condition it says that as well. So I try to put it everywhere I can. I don't show a disc, and I try to make it clear, because every once in a while someone buys one thinking, oh, I thought I got the deal of the century and there's no disc in here. And it's like, yeah, because if you would have read anything in the listing or the title, you would have seen that it's not in there. But that one sold for 21 shipped. Rock in Time, this is a paperback book by David Satsmary. I'm not sure to pronounce it, but it sold for 43 bucks. This is from the Rock and Roll Buy. 43 bucks for a used book is awesome. Not something you're going to find, especially on eBay. I mean, Amazon, I know you can sell books and get a little more money, but selling something on eBay like that is awesome. Wild Arms 2, another one of those ones that's empty from the same lot. This one sold for 15 shipped. Again, I put empty, case and manual, no game. Try to be pretty clear about that. That one sold for 15 shipped. Microsoft Xbox 360 wireless network adapter. These things still sell for about, this one went for 30. It came with the packaging, but it wasn't brand new. It's more about a $25 item, it seems like lately. So if you find them, they seem to work pretty well. Got to be careful. Sometimes the clips that clip them into the back of the Xbox are broken. I just had one where the antenna was actually damaged and kind of loose. So check them out, but they can sell. They go first class. Genuine HP 63 black and color ink combo. This expires in 2021, so it's still very good. It came from a discount store. We paid $6 for it, and it sold for 42 shipped, and it sold, I want to say, in 8 hours, something really quickly. And I love that discount store. If I can find the good stuff, it's usually really great. Every once in a while, though, it's a miss, and you find zero. Genuine Brother TN630 ink cartridge. This one was brand new sealed. Picked it up and it sold for 32 shipped. I thought it might go for a little more, but still 32. I think it was $8 or $9 to ship it. Pretty light, and we made some money there. That was from Storage Unit Guy from one of the buys with him. I'm sorry I rocked the table there because it messed up the camera. Fruit of the Loom, size 44, new old stock. Underwear. These ones were sealed. They had a couple of holes in the packaging. You couldn't really see the size in the packaging. It's all messed up, but I actually saw on the underwear that it was size 44. I paid $1 for these, and they took a best offer of 24 shipped. They would, if the packaging wasn't so rough, they probably would have gone for a better price. But I'll take the $24 for a $1 investment. And I think they went out just in a poly mailer or a bubble mailer or something first class. A Panasonic audio system remote. This is from the big remote buy from vacation that I was on. $18 for that guy. Fujifilm. This is from that same discount store. It's a Fujifilm 4-pack of film, not ink. I bought ink there too, but this is film. $20 shipped on that. It goes first class as well. Look out for sealed film, even if it's expired. I've seen a lot of people. I know a lot of Josh sold a bunch of Kodak film he had bought, and other people have sold it as well. Look out for the expired film. Some of it can be worth money. Fight War of Words by Rob Halford, I guess is what it is. I'm not sure. Or Fight by War of Words. That's what it is. Reading. Take your time, guys. This sold for $8 shipped. It's just a used CD from the Rock and Roll by $8. Kind of the lowest, like I told you I want to be at. A Titleist Pro 975J. This is a like a driver here. I got this. This is a lefty one, I believe. Yeah. This one came in a big lot of... no, it's not a lefty. It's a righty. I'm not sure. I didn't put it in the title, so I think it's a righty, though. This one sold for 33 shipped. I think I had $2 or $3 inside a garage sale. Titleist is a good brand. It's not the newest of club, but got 33 shipped. I think it's shipped for 11 or 12 bucks. Usually the golf clubs are at $8 to maybe $12 range, depending on what size and weight. If you got multiple clubs, that obviously changes, but use those triangular boxes from the Postal Service. Mick Ronson, Play Don't Worry CD, sold for 18 shipped. Microsoft Xbox DVD playback kit remote and receiver. These are actually selling. I'm surprised they are for the original Xbox. This one was not brand new. Again, it had the packaging, but it was opened. I sold it for 16 shipped. The other day I sold one that was loose for 13 shipped. So they do sell. I'm not sure why people are buying them right now, but they seem to be selling. A New Bright battery charger. I sell these all the time if you can find them. If you can find a battery, you know it works, you can include it and get like $20, maybe 25, depending on which unit you have. This was just a charger. It sold for 10. Person got it though. Said it was that they bought the wrong charger. It was their mistake. It doesn't work for their battery. They were going to return it, but they never sent it back. eBay closed the case. So it was supposed to be returned, but it wasn't an issue on my end. It just happened to be, I guess they ordered the wrong one. But look out for the New Bright chargers. Not going to make a ton. Usually it's 10 to 12 depending on what one you have, but if you have a good battery, you can make some extra money. A Tommy Pokemon Pocket Monsters Charizard set. These are the ones I had when I was a kid. I've told this story before. I had a bunch of Pokemon stuff. This little set of 3 sold for $40 shipped. Mario Party 7 with the microphone. This one came from the lady that we bought the video game stuff for. This unit sold for $70 shipped with the microphone. So an awesome deal. We did end up shipping it padded flat rate. I bubble wrapped it all and put in a padded flat rate because of the price. It still could have gone first class, but I just kind of upped it and it went out for $70. Quasar, this is a VCR TV cable remote or whatever it is, an OEM one. It sold for $12 shipped. It's also from the remote buy. Not a brand I would have thought had some value, but it still sold pretty quickly. Janet Jackson 2 CDs. I don't usually like selling lots of 2 CDs. I usually like to get 3 or 4 because then you can ask a little bit more and you have a better chance. These ones took a while to sell, but they finally sold for $10 shipped. They were from a buy from a long time ago, but I'm happy to get them out of here. But again, I try to get 3, 4, 5. I mean, it seems like you can sell them a little quicker and you can ask a little bit more money. An Epson light black ink cartridge. This one was sealed. It came in, I don't remember where it came from actually. It was just a random one I had, but it sold for $8. It was expired, but $8 shipped. It goes first class. This was an awesome hat right here. San Francisco 49ers. It says 5-time Super Bowl champs on the front. It's made by Reebok. This one I believe was new with tag. Yes, it was. I got 4 of these hats that were similar. There were 2 red ones and then 2 white ones, and there actually may have been a black one now that I think about it, or a similar one. This one was brand new with tag though. I took a best offer of 90 shipped. It went global shipping, I think, to Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I have the other 3 listed that are used. They should go for probably 35 to 50, somewhere in there. I paid $1 a hat. No, 50 cents a hat. It was half off day at the estate sale. And when I sold that Kmart hat last week, I got that the same day I got this. So it was a great deal. I made a lot of money from that estate sale. I was very happy with it. And shout out to my grandmother-in-law, because she's the one who told me about it. It was the sale right next to her house. Makita charger here. I sell these Makita ones. They're not the best selling ones. They sell for about that $20 mark. I actually got 2 of these, and I paid $5 each, but I was buying a bunch of other stuff from this lady, and ended up selling this one for $20. It goes padded flat rate, so we may have made our $5 and then maybe another 5 or 6, 4, 5, 6 back. But super easy to tested it out. I have batteries as well lying around that I'll use to make sure they work, and this one seemed to check out. A Game Boy Advance Silver does not have the battery cover, and it had some issues when you were powering it on. Like, there was some corrosion in the battery cover department, so it seemed like it wasn't working right. It still sold for $40 shipped though for parts. The silver Game Boy does pretty well, so $40 on that one. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This one sold for $10. Sold right away when I listed. I want to say 4 or 5 hours. Craziest thing was the other day I found another one, but it looked like a dog had chewed it, so that one did not get listed. I wish it would, because it probably would have sold as well. Schrade Walden 3-blade old timer pocket knife. This one sold for $31.50. Paid $5 for this at a garage sale and got $31.50 on a best offer. The guy told me I was lucky I got that because someone jacked up the knife and it had some wear. So I'm like, thanks, man, for doing me such a solid favor. It's just an interesting message. It's like, okay, like, do you want the item or not? Like, you're not going to make me feel guilty for selling it to you for that. That's the offer you made, but whatever. Magnavox. Oh, this is like a remote that actually can fit a Magnavox, a Sylvania, or a Funai DVD player, I guess. This one sold for $10 ship, but it's kind of one that fits multiple ones. Here's an Aaliyah. I've sold this CD a couple times now. 1 in a million. This one did not have the CD cover. I actually threw a generic one on. They didn't have the artwork or anything, but it sold for $25 shipped. The last one I sold, I think I sold for $35 or $36 shipped or something like that, but it had everything. So definitely a good CD to look out for. An Andis Ultra Edge Clipper. I had 4 of these. We paid $20 for all 4. This one sold for $23 shipped. They're all going to sell for right around that $20, $23 mark. So it's a good deal, and they go out first class. Elvis, What Happened? This paperback from the Rock and Roll Buy sold for $20 shipped on a best offer. It does actually, there's another copy of this where there's like some kind of piece by someone else, like put a little insert and they wrote something and it's included like a forward or something like that. And that one actually sells for more, but this one does not have that, so it sold for $20. HP 97 Tricolor ink. 2 of these sold for $20 shipped. They're from the big ink buy from the guy that I bought some stuff. There's a GoPro video about it. You might have seen it, but I bought a bunch of this ink, most of it out of the box, but these little guys sold for $20 shipped. The Art of Fashion Draping by Amanda and Crawford. I don't know why someone would spend $55, and I'm not sure why there's a whole book about draping, but apparently there's a market for it. Someone bought it, and $55 shipped on its way out of here. So I actually paid $15 for this. It was at a thrift store. They were charging $20. It was not supposed to be 25% off, but I was buying a bunch of other stuff. I said I'd give them $10 for it. It's like a little smaller mom and pop thrift. They said they looked it up and it goes for $50 shipped. They want $20. They ended up saying we'll do 25%, and I was buying so much. And I like helping them out, so I bought it and ended up selling for $55. So we actually made decent money on it. Here's a military bomber jacket. This one was a bummer. It sold for $130. Went global shipping. The guy got it and said it had more wear than I listed it as. I disagreed with them, but we ended up, instead of doing a return, I ended up doing like a partial return and gave him a bunch of money back, almost all of it. I didn't want to pay for all the return shipping or anything like that because he was alleging that I defrauded them and all this. Maybe he was a scammer. I don't know, but I was just having a rough day. I'm not dealing with you. So basically, that one was a good sale, but turned out to be a bad sale. So life happens. Nintendo Wii White Console. This one has got the carry bag, all the stuff, the stand, the paperwork. It sold for $90 shipped. This one was from the same lady who bought the video game stuff for. So $90 shipped. No games, but it does come with the nunchuck and the Wii Motion adapter. A Sirius satellite radio. This is the antenna. I've told you guys when I buy these Sirius satellite radios, if I can get like the docking station and the antennas and all these extra accessories, sometimes they're worth more than the whole unit. So this one was one of those cases. I spent $5 for this whole setup, and just the antenna sold for $18. I think I sold the docking station for $15. Another piece I sold for, I think, $12. You end up making more money just parting it out. Doris Day Show Season 3 sold for $19 shipped. This is a thrift store buy. Paid $3, but ended up selling for $19 shipped. Here it is, Parasite Eve for PS1. I mentioned this game before. 5034 sold on a 5% off sale to watchers. I believe I sent out like a 5% off thing. Someone jumped on it. Again, I had $2 in it while I was on vacation. Awesome PlayStation 1 deal. And the case had damage. It was actually cracked at one of the corners. Still sold. The person who bought this messaged me for like 3 months, it felt like, asking me if they could buy this on a certain day when they had money. I was like, sure, make me an offer then, but I'm not going to like have you buy it and hold it for that long. And every time they'd come through, they never would buy and never make an offer. And they'd message me a couple days and say, oh, I ran out of money. I can't buy it. Can I buy it now and I'll pay you then? And I'm like, no, you can make me an offer when you're ready. Had it listed at 65. Finally, they came through and said they had the money and they offered 55. And I ended up, I think I listed at 70 actually. So that's all they could afford. I just appreciated their persistence. Whatever it would be. Their just dedication to trying to get this item. And I ended up saying, oh, I'll do 55. It's fine. I really wanted 60, but I did it for 55. It shipped out. It was a little bit heavy. It shipped out for, I think, 16 or 17 bucks. We had $8 in. We still made money on it. And I think it went to someone who really was going to appreciate it, because why would you follow that listing for so many months? Barago, this is like a little die-cast car. I told you guys I've been selling a couple of these. This one sold for $21.84. It was also a 5% off to watchers, I believe. Library of Easy Guitar Classics. This is from an estate sale. I got a bunch of this music songbooks and stuff. This one sold for $28 shipped. I paid $30 for a whole bag of stuff. Plus there were 3 external hard drives, which all sold for $60 plus. One sold for $129. So I made a lot of money for a $30 buy, and it was the last day of the estate sale. No one was even looking at the stuff I was grabbing. They were all kind of looking at other stuff, and I just kind of found my way into a room that no one was looking at, and that's where I started filling up an IKEA bag full of stuff. So it was awesome. I love when you can find stuff. Even though it's packed to the last day of the sale, you can still find some gems out there. And lastly, guys, I know I've been talking fast. I've been trying to get through all this. The Roots Organics cassette tape sold for $18 shipped. This is from the Hip Hop Bite. It is the last sale of the video. It's already 22 minutes. I'm sorry. I felt like I was talking fast and moving through it, but obviously there was still a lot to show you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that people tell you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.